we stopped at this slide, right? This one we're talking about. We talk the end times, the abomination, the desolation, the holy place. I guess the holy place could be the temple. The holy place could be Jerusalem.
Just want to say, this yours?
No.
Do you know who this is?
No, that's mine. Don't record. Just record. This
I didn't know.
We good.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody leaving their phone.
So bottom line is that this is probably, I hope we won't be here when we're talking about the desolation, abomination, people fleeing. I mean, that's going to be a big issue. So first of all, I just want to make sure emphasize what's going to be happening, and then we understand that the wax code back up top is the fact that all these little gods, all these wannabe gods are going to be angry. They're going to fight against each other. And it's going to wax cold, man. It's going to be very bad. And then, like I said, we're going to see when this probably midweek, that's tribulation time when when the abomination of desolation comes up. You make sure you understand too that when that tribulation occurs, that rapture occurs, and then tribulation begin. I don't think it's going to be immediate. It's not going to be an immediate thing. It's going to be like a boiling pot. Mm-hmm. Things that's going to just start building and putting in place. There'll be a lot of confusion, won't it? And there's going to be so much confusion that, because some people going to want a lot. They want answers. Mm-hmm. And they'll take a lot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, what do you mean, did we get a working definition for the iniquity? Because iniquity shall abound? What is that? I know it's one of them come up with me several times.
Well, I thought it just sin.
I can't remember what it.
Bad behavior.
It just
Let me see.
Want a lot. They want answers. Mm-hmm. And they'll take a lot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, what do you mean? Did we get a working definition for the iniquity? Because iniquity shall abound? What is that? I know it's one of them come up with me several times.
Well, I thought it just sin.
I can't remember what it.
Bad behavior.
It just
Let me see.
I know it's in the scripture a lot, but again, keep forgetting what
What
the difference between sin and iniquity is. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see.
24:11. Well.
Oh, you want to see? Oh, you want to see what the?
What the word is.
Okay, what the word say about it? What the okay, got you. Not the actual literal definition of it. Okay.
Yeah, what is it?
You want to see what the concordance say?
Well, actually, what the literal definition is, which should be in the concordance too.
Yeah, it should be in concordance too.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, here we go. Concordance.
Illegality.
Right.
Violation of law.
All right, good, bro.
Right. Violation of law and
Wickedness.
Let's go back to 24.
Unrighteousness.
like what we're seeing in the government.
Like what we're seeing in the church.
And that we're seeing ourselves. Oh, yeah.
He took it on, didn't he?
He did.
Like we see it ourselves.
That brother ain't playing.
In the church and ourselves.
Well, I know in ourselves too. And I think, once again, that's why people turn
And
themselves
that's
off.
lawlessness, right? That's like, it's like we don't adhere to any standard.
Well, I might
Well, I
print
mean,
one down.
it's basically
Let me get my print back up.
it's a war against God.
You know, there was something that's been
There.
no,
I can read it.
you know, he said that we should go into all the world and teach men what he taught us, right? And then, because I was trying to think, how does persecution occur if you ain't saying nothing? Unless somebody just got something against you anyway. But normally it occurs because of and we were talking about doctrine, we were talking about false doctrine. There's normally something that's being taught or said or ascribed to that somebody else don't like. And like if we went out right now and start preaching biblical perspective on homosexual relationships, we would be criminals.
We would be persecuted. I don't know about criminals.
You're talking about being hated.
They call it hate speech.
No, you,
But they ain't gonna prosecute you. They gonna
they
persecute
can't.
you.
Yeah, they'll persecute you.
They won't prosecute you.
They'll be dogmatic towards you. And what's crazy is our law pretty much agrees with you. But yet society has accepted it, and so now the norm is to protect these people.
Exactly.
I agree with what you're saying, because like I say, a lot of times jokers get around me, you're homophobic. No, I just ain't putting up with all that junk y'all do. You know, I'm the bad guy because I won't accept you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, the guy, like you said, you got joking want to walk around with a dress. As I go in my hometown, they know if they gonna be like that. You ain't coming to deal with Chris with a dress on. I'm not going to acknowledge you. I'm not going to speak to you until you go put your clothes on. Then you come back and talk to me.
Now see, he's persecuted. He homophobic.
Yeah, but he's
That's homophobic.
yeah.
But this is the way I look at it.
What I'm saying,
And I'm going to be honest. I
that's
don't
the church.
see
What?
anywhere that Christ said anything about any of these people. He just loved people.
Mhm.
So, here's an example. I'm walking. I'm in Chicago with one of my best friends, and he sees this gay couple coming in front, and he just
Losers.
starts, man, I can't stand
Like
it.
that
You know
student like that.
why y'all got to be, you know? And I said, okay, that's not showing love. How are you drawing
He
him
slap
with
your
that?
face, isn't it?
You know, it's like you're looking at the outward
Right.
instead of the love that's wondering how can I help
Yes. Right.
understand that they're confused.
Well, another thing too is your hate is not going to change
No,
them
it's not.
or anybody else.
But so there's a balance, because if the acknowledgement isn't made, it's I mean, we all got some issues somewhere along the line, but the behavior is perverted.
Yeah, but
And not it's perverted, it's immoral, and it's also I mean, you'll die
well, here's the
with
thing.
no offspring.
But
So even you
but
know,
here's the thing about it is saying is, you know, when I talk about the when you got a beam in your eye.
yeah, you got
Because it's just a sin.
okay, right. So it's the indication that the person's got a sneeze, they got a cold. We need to cure the cold and sneeze to go away. So and that's what I'm looking at with making. Because we got folks killing each other up there.
Killing each
but we
other.
got folks selling drugs up there
Right.
that's killing each other. You know what I'm saying? So we got one side of the stick where folks still need to get saved. The victims and the perpetrators, both of them need salvation.
Right.
So what am I going to do and preach? Say, y'all need to start killing each other? No, y'all need to get saved. Not only the perpetrators, but the victims as well.
But what about the scripture saying, why do you teach people to love one another?
Got to know Jesus.
You know.
I'm asking you quick. I'm playing some stuff off my head that I got to get to the crux.
Right.
When I go to the street, I can't go out there with this big old broad.
Exactly.
I ain't got time for that. Nobody go here.
No, and you on the right path. You're on the right path.
I gotta preach something, someone, and I'm trying to figure out how it all fits. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't go to the drug addict say you need to stop taking drugs, or to the drug dealer say you need to stop dealing with these folk drugs because you're killing them, or to the white folk and say, well, you know, y'all shouldn't be putting drugs in these people's neighborhood, and to the black folk, when they do, you shouldn't be taking them. Because it's all
A big
true.
circle.
It's a lot to deal with though. So what can I do for all of them that's gonna fix it?
You start with God.
Only.
What is God? God is love. And you start with that. Ask them, do you really know what love
Do
is?
you know Jesus?
No, do you know what love is? Because Jesus, at first, could be a turnoff.
Of
Because
course.
you say Jesus and people shut down. They don't want to let you in. But you got to get in before you can, you know, you can yell at somebody from outside their house.
Yeah.
And ain't no telling whether they can hear you or not. But once you get in the house, then you can talk to somebody. So, and a lot of times without any outward distractions, because you're in a house. But as Christ and as Paul, you reach them where they're at. You know, so your end is to have the conversation to whatever they're experiencing at that moment.
See, and that's the important, to me, is the important part, because what we did in this generation, or this last couple of decades, was that we gave them, you know, like recruiting, when we recruit, we used to tell them all the good stuff that was in the military. We would tell them about getting shot and TUI and all that. And in order to recruit people into the church in the last couple of decades, we've been telling them about the houses, the land, the cars, the better jobs, the better kids, the better wives, the better this. And this is how we brought people into, quote unquote, the kingdom of God. but it wasn't prescribed that way. So what were they preaching? That's why I'm going back to it. What were they preaching and what were they seeing in the first century church? And I know Lee said that they saw it, they touched it, they held it. What did they see then that we're not preaching now? Because Jesus didn't preach cause. He also didn't preach reforming the Roman government. He never told them to reform. He never preached in accordance with
No,
Scripture.
he
He
didn't
never
try to
preached on the Roman
change the
government.
government.
He
tried to
didn't.
change people.
In the government.
So the thing is, with Christ, he met the need. He got their attention, and then he told the truth that nobody ever heard. And the truth is, you start by saving your soul. But the more you experience, just like anything, the more you'll have and the more you'll see. Our thing is we try to go right back to the Garden of Eden and make people as God by exposing the meat of the word
Right.
instead of giving them the milk of the word. I know we and like just like Paul said, you know, he desired to go into some deep knowledge of the gospel with those people. What was it, the Corinthians or something like? And he's like, where you should be teachers, you require milk. So I can't. He recognized he can't give them that. He has to go back to the foundational, you know, laying on of hands and all that other stuff, and start over again to get them to move forward. So we need to let these people know that this is available, but you have to start somewhere.
But what is it that's available?
What is it that is available? Every blessing that's in that Bible is yea and amen. But until you understand it and are able to put your faith on it and believe, then it's not going to happen.
But isn't the message is to love one another?
Yeah, but love is that's what I was saying. The first thing is love.
And that's what they're looking for, right?
Yeah,
You know,
everybody.
I mean, yeah, that's what everybody's looking for, love. But we saw in that Genesis, in that end times, the love will wax cold. You see the difference? Because he gave the commandment. He said to go. This is your commandment, to love one another. That's a message even for today. Because people really looking for love.
You can't murder
God
somebody
is
if
love.
you love them. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of murder out
You
there.
can't give somebody poison if you love them.
The thing that I see is that people are we're cut off from God, and we're not demonstrating. People that even attached to God now don't demonstrate the relationship. So their understanding of love is perverted. The gang are their family, and killing folk in that setting is just the norm. So what they're looking at is, even as far as the expression of love is concerned, is still way away from the Lord, you know, from what He taught us.
Yeah.
So, but they've accepted that as being a norm.
Well, I know. What I'm saying is that one of the things I think this is commandment right here. He said, John 13:33 to 35. He said, "Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, whether I go, you cannot come. So now I say to you," in verse 34, "a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this shall all men know," right?
You are my disciple.
"that you are my disciples," if what?
If you have love
For one another.
one to another.
And you trying to tell people not looking for that?
Yeah.
They you know.
Well, it's obvious. No, you can't do what they do
You can't.
to other humans and say that you have love one to another.
Come on. Right. And so when you talk about homosexuality, you talking
No,
about
here's my question.
Go ahead.
You say they're looking for love, and you are probably right that they are looking for love. But here's what they want. They want acceptance for what they're doing, for somebody to tell them what they're doing is right. Like I said, once again, they want to be gods of their own universe.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and hang out with folks that agree with what I'm doing. We can go out here, we can do all that. I'm gonna join a gang. I can go. I don't want to work. I'm gonna go rob, steal, do what I gotta do. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna party. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna do my drugs. We gonna hang out. We all good, right?
Right.
That's what they gonna say.
Right.
Let's go do it again. They got their group. They got their community. They got their so-called brotherly love. But at the same time, that's not fulfilling because, like you said, they keep taking the stakes up higher and higher and higher.
Well, it's all a part of what their particular society views as a desire.
Yes.
So the sad thing is, you got the people who are at the extreme of it, the one that has no love for another man's, not even their life. They're in that environment, and then you got people that just want to enjoy the surroundings of that, and will put themselves in that dangerous situation just because of the society's that particular group of people's view of what is fun, what is happening, what is pleasing to their flesh. So despite the danger that's associated with it,
yes, that part.
they still desire that to be in that environment.
But the thing is that it's funny when we talk about that is that they in that environment, we talk about people take the risk, the acceptable risk. But I looked at I think you all agree, you look at the environment and look at the risk. And the risk is high, right?
Very high.
It's not a low risk, Chris, it's a high risk. It's a high risk you will be beat up. It's a high risk you'll be robbed. It's a high risk you'll be used. It's a high risk that you'll be cheated on. It's a high risk you'll be abandoned. It's a high risk. And yet they want to stick in it. And then those same people, I'm just talking about look at the ones that were popular musicians and singers and stuff. How could somebody like even Michael Jackson die in his bed
Alone.
because he needed alone, but the other
needed
part was
drugs just
he
to
needed
sleep.
just to sleep, Chris.
Yeah.
How is it that Prince could have overdose in his elevator in his own home?
Yeah.
And I think
Just to sleep.
Just to sleep.
and that's the thing that we don't advertise. And I think that might be one of the calling cards. If you want peace in your life, you gotta have God in it.
Yeah.
If you want true peace, and then we got a whole 1,000 different scenarios that we can go through where people have had great wealth and still were miserable,
Right.
and ended up taking their own lives or
Yeah.
tragically losing them.
Yeah.
So there is a calling card for us, but it's not the cars, the houses, the land, and all that good stuff. I was trying to find this one scripture. It said when Jesus was praying, that last prayer he prayed before he was offered up, and it said something about that they may be one, even as we are one.
That's
and
in
I am
John
you, and
17.
you and- is that really-
John 17. Well, you know why he's doing that? Read this about the wrath of God, but really it's focused not so much of the wrath of God, Chris. It's more focused on these people who goes into ungodliness. And I'm gonna scroll down when you get to that bottom because let's read the whole thing.
Okay. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
Come on, you know.
Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse.
See, they know. They know.
You know right from wrong.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's what the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah.
You will be as they are one of us.
You know what's crazy
Wow.
is when
That is
when
crazy.
they're the cover that the enemy has over their eyes.
God.
Okay, when that's pulled back, and he pulls it back,
Yeah, yeah.
right when your persecution is at its uttermost, when you're sitting in prison, and that judge goes life,
Ooh, woo,
then you see it
woo.
over their countenance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like everything that was holding them up is just done. They act out in anger. They holler. They blame it on everybody else.
Fall out, faint, whatever.
You know,
Yeah.
and some butt burst out in start crying because they see it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The blindness that they have.
Right. And at the same time, no excuse though.
Yeah, there is none because they know, and that's the result of it.
Right.
They look for an excuse.
Right.
They look for relief from, what society has imposed upon them.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of times it's unjust, you still have that blind pulled off.
Yeah. Own way, and about
Your own
insanity. We keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we know it.
So we see his sacrifice on the cross and desire to mimic it. We see them plucking his beard out and stabbing him and crucifying him, nailing him to the cross and all the rest. And he says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
I am the way.
Yeah, the truth and the.
Come on now. But in a lot of cases, we want to go our own way. And about insanity, we keep doing the same thing over and over again. And we know it.
So we see his sacrifice on the cross and desire to mimic it. We see them plucking his beard out and stabbing him and crucifying him, nailing him to the cross and all the rest. And he says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
He said
and this is what we aspire toward.
They know not what they do.
Yeah.
This is what we aspire toward.
And I bet you can ask everybody that day, they knew what they was doing.
Yeah.
Chris, they knew what they was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But they really didn't know what they were doing.
They knew
from the world,
physically and worldly what they were doing.
Yeah.
But they did not know, not even
yeah.
the people who hold the oracles.
Come on now.
Of what he was and is.
Right.
And is to be.
Yeah.
They didn't know the spiritual
aspect,
but it had to be.
Yeah. And
it had to be.
It had to be. And the thing when I said earlier about the fact is that we really need to demonstrate just in our own life that the just live by faith. Is to always continue to the expectation of faith for what God is going to do for me, not what I'm going to do for myself. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have expectation of what they can do being their own God, hoping they're going to get a result, but they know they can't even control the results. Mm-hmm. They know I can't control you, but they still think they can. To come up to an expected end, that gives no results, really. They think they give results. If I give me $1 million, you gonna be happy, Chris? Probably not.
The word says
you may be happy today you got it.
Look, I'll tell you what, give it to me.
Give it to you, and let's see if somebody could give it to you with God not in part of it.
Oh, if God's not part of it.
How long before that becomes an issue?
There's no way to see right into a man. The end of his death.
It's death,
it
man.
Says, the Lord gives and adds no sorrow, gives blessings and adds no sorrow. So always attached to our way, there's something dies.
Yeah.
No matter what it is we're trying to do, even like with the surrounding kids, some get missed. It looks really nice on the commercial, but somewhere along the line, something is getting left out. It's hard to eat that because it looks like such a wonderful little thing they're doing.
Yeah.
But there's something that's dying in the midst of that.
It's not fulfilling. The drugs are not fulfilling.
No,
the alcohol is not fulfilling.
No, it's a one-time pleasure, and that's the first time.
And the thing about it,
after that, you're looking for that first-time pleasure.
Yeah.
And you'll never get it, and you'll be chasing it until God pulls that desire from you.
Yep. I think when people change, like if you got the addiction for sex for different females, you're really looking for that first high that you had, right? Yeah. So you think about I just keep going, I keep searching, so I'm gonna get that high.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come. But isn't that? Because that's an addiction too.
Yeah,
but you're really looking for that first
tell you, I mean, just to be honest, you know, just like you said, when I was out there chasing these women, you know, you get what you think you want, but when it's done, it's like, you know, I'm just bye.
Right.
You know, because it didn't meet.
It didn't fulfill. It
Yes.
wasn't fulfilling. It was a snack, but not a fulfillment.
Yeah.
It didn't fulfill. Go ahead, keep reading that though. So they had no
Okay.
excuse. Verse 21.
Okay, verse 21. Because that, when they knew God,
Come on
they
now.
glorified him not as God.
Come on now.
Neither were thankful,
Uh-huh.
but became vain in their imaginations,
Well, Chris.
and their foolish heart was darkened.
Yes, sir.
Professing themselves to be wise,
Uh-huh.
they became fools, and changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like the corruptible man,
Yes, sir.
and to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and creeping things.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness
Uh-huh.
through the lust of their own hearts,
Their own hearts.
to
And
dishonor
what?
their own bodies between themselves,
Come on, Chris.
who changed the truth of God into a lie,
Uh-huh.
and worship and serve the creatures more than the Creator,
Come on.
who is blessed forever. Amen.
Amen.
And that's happening right now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections,
Uh-huh.
for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
right
likewise also the men,
Uh-huh.
leaving the natural use of the woman,
Right.
burned their lust on toward another.
Uh-huh.
Men with men working that which is unseemly,
Uh-huh.
and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
Uh-huh.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge,
Yes.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind,
Uh-huh.
to do those things which are not convenient,
Yes, sir.
being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy,
Oh, Lord.
murder,
Come on.
debate,
Uh-huh.
deceit,
Uh-huh.
malignity,
Uh-huh.
whispers,
Uh-huh.
backbiters,
Come on.
haters of God,
Uh-huh.
despiteful,
Uh-huh.
proud,
Come on.
boasters,
Yes.
inventors
Uh-huh.
of evil things,
Uh-huh.
disobedient to parents,
Uh-huh.
without understanding,
Uh-huh.
covenant breakers,
Whoa.
without natural affection,
Uh-huh.
unplacable,
Unmerciful.
unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God,
Yes.
that they which commit such things
Yes.
are worthy of death,
Uh-huh.
not only do the same,
Uh-huh.
but have pleasure in them that do them.
And that's
Man, that is something.
and that is covering a lot of people.
That's
too.
right now. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's it. You talking about that in end times? That's that we're talking about the iniquity abounding.
Yes.
It's gonna get worse, guys, is what I'm trying to
Because it's
say.
happening
It's
already,
happening right now.
but it's
Oh, it's-
not on the
This ain't it. You ain't-
worldly.
Exactly.
And that's part of the reason I don't think the Bible was ever written by a man. Because who would put that in there about us?
Woo.
That is condemning. That's damaging right there. That's like, man.
Yeah.
We that
Yeah,
messed
but
up.
you know
Yeah,
what?
we
You
that
can't
messed
read
up.
that and not find yourself in there.
Come
That's
on,
what I'm saying.
come on, you
That's
can't-
why a man wouldn't
Hey,
write it. I
how
wouldn't
many
write that.
How many times you went on
Look, I was ouch, ouch. I wasn't reading
I know, right?
because I've been there.
Come on.
You know, and
Right.
still are there in some
Right.
of those areas.
Right.
You know?
We went on the corner. How many times if you did do that, go out there and mess around?
Oh,
What you had to do? What you did after you did it? You had to go find your boys.
Yeah.
And all you had to sit there and talk about it. Hey man, what'd you do, man?
Hey,
Matter of fact, we did a little
Boasters.
testimony. Testimony.
proud boasters.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Covenant breakers.
Yep.
We were doing that even at the national level.
Well, shoot, how was the country founded?
Woo!
Every treaty that was made with the Native Americans was broken.
Woo!
There we go, right there in the Bible.
Wow.
Unmerciful.
And that's the other part of it. I think about, when we're talking about with the health care,
And
when
United
you're talking
States of
about with
America,
the,
ungodly nation.
trying to get free colleges,
Yeah. They're like, I paid for college.
Yeah.
Why should we give it to you free?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
You know,
Yeah,
I
we got
gotta buy insurance. I'm able to buy. I did all this so that I could buy it. Why? I don't want you to just get it
Yeah.
because I had to work for it.
Yeah. And it only applies until you need it.
Yeah.
And you don't have it. You
That's
can't.
just like when they were putting down all these being gay.
Yeah.
you know, an LGBTQ community, they just dogging them out until they children
Yeah.
fall into that.
Come on now.
And then all of a sudden, well, I see it different.
I see it different, right?
You know, because that love open your eyes.
But you know something though, and I agree with you in that regard, but love also directs people in the direction that they don't want to go sometimes. The LGBTQ community is killing itself.
Okay.
Yeah,
but-
the lifestyle itself is really not a healthy lifestyle. First off, it's deadly in the sense that they can't procreate.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with love.
With love.
If I tell them that it's all right to step
But that's
out,
love.
if love motivates that, wait a minute, let me say this. Can love do anything other than tell them about it? I mean, can I look at them and say, you know, it's all right for you, like watching my kids step out in front of a car or something like that? Is that love? Just because if I yell at them and say, hey! No, you see what I'm saying? It's like the word said, those he loves, he chastens.
Mhm.
It says, a man that not chases his child, he hates him.
He chastens.
Right. But if a parent doesn't, in accordance with scripture, if a parent doesn't chasten their children, that they hate them. That's scripture. So at some point, not to correct the person is allowing them to kill themselves. And I think that's one of the things that we take a problem with Christians, is that Christians think that we're not supposed to address error. Jesus Christ addressed every error,
But he
but he didn't make anybody do anything.
He didn't address that woman who they brought for them to stone. He did not address that woman. Who did he address?
He forgave them. He forgave them.
No, who did he address?
He addressed the men that brought him.
The men that brought him.
Because
He didn't address
they were trying to
that woman. He just said,
go and sin no more.
go and sin no more.
So that was her portion for his healing, was go and sin no more. Theirs was to drop the rocks, because they had just many problems
So
she had.
it was more of a ministry for them than for her, to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Because I thought one guy, he said, go sin no more, let something worse come.
Yeah.
He
something
did
worse
that when
happen
he
to you.
healed one of the
Yeah.
guys. He healed the guy, and he told him, go and sin no more, at least something worse come upon you.
Yeah.
But we got his warfare, and ours too, appears to be just one of rhetoric. It's not where it's what we preach and what we ascribe to that causes us to get in trouble with people. It's like if I go along with the LGBT community,
But you
The show-
don't have to go along with them
To love.
to have love for them.
Yeah, because-
to address it and not to say I don't love them.
But
Yeah,
you
but I'm
don't.
not saying
But you don't have to address it to love them.
Yeah.
You can tell somebody about God
Right. Come on now.
and the love he has for them without addressing that. Because to address that means you need to address every sin in their life. And so to do
I
that,
understand.
you got to address every sin in your life.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Come on, bro. And here's the thing about it. You ain't go dress. You don't go to the bar and talk about them.
Yeah. You ain't going to start
Greg,
talking about drinking while they
ain't that
sitting there
get drunk.
drinking.
They got
You-
prostitutes in there. You ain't go in there and say,
I just-
"Hey, this is gonna kill you."
Now I talk about the ones that drink vodka. That's what.
It's the bourbon. It's the bourbon.
That's vodka key.
Vodka's okay. You need that
Yeah,
bourbon.
don't be drinking the vodka.
But I think that's the poison. Some people want to sit there and talk about
Hey.
homosexuality and say, "Well, what all these other sins are
Yeah.
going around
Yeah,
you?
man, it's
You
right.
ain't going to the corner to those prostitutes that sit down
Yeah.
on the
So
street."
now-
Yeah, because they know your name.
Check this out. What if
Because
they
they know
followed
your
you
name.
around or some about
Oh,
your
Lord.
life that exposed a sin in your life?
Yes, sir.
And so someone came up and they just started talking to you about that sin.
Wow.
And that's what we're doing toward these people.
Yeah.
We're not showing them the love of God, that what God has for them.
Right.
That God so loved the world, he gave his
Only
only
begotten
begotten
Son.
son.
Yeah.
And then about what Jesus experienced on
Understand that.
this ground.
Right.
You know, and because of that,
Right. But
we
that was,
have permission to be free from all this sin. And then you let the Holy Spirit